All right, I'm here. Hang on. Welcome in. Welcome into the Impact Power Sports studio. Impact Power Sports online at impactpowersportsmi.com. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. You can go to their website, impactpowersportsmi.com, and they will help you out with everything you need. Could be an ATV, UTV. Could be a motorcycle, e-bike, scooter. Have you seen those things that are one giant wheel that you stand on? And you kind of like scoot along and your balance. Those things are awesome. I want to try one of those. Anyway, thank you so much to them. Go to impactpowersportsmi.com. Jason Terry is here, and he says they're death traps. Yeah, they kind of look like that. Anyway, they sponsor the studio. The Eric Zane Show podcast has begun. Nick says he's too old for that shit. It's crazy because as this is all going on, I want you to know, you may have seen a look on my face like, I was being put on high alert. And I didn't really panic, though. I said, okay, it's only one person. And, of course, that person is Kenny. If there's ever a question as to why things are the way they are with Kenny getting beaten up, I think we need look no further than Kenny. It's just Kenny. That's a Kenny thing to do. I'm over here looking and I like comment after comment about there's a sound issue. There's something going on. He's weighing in about this is so wild. Oh my God, I'm hearing two voices at one time. It's insane. It's driving me nuts. It's crap. Wow, this is nuts. And then I also look, and no one else is referencing it. And I look at my setup over here. I go, everything looks normal. And I'm getting like, now I've got Matt saying it was echoing for me too. So that's probably a good thing for you, Kenny. Anyway, there was no problem. It doesn't, I think it's on your end. Whoever is having an echo, I guess. Dave says he heard it too. All right. So, Kenny, I think you're vindicated. I think you're fine now, since more than one person is weighing in on it. So are you saying that the music was playing twice? Like right now? This is playing twice? Is that what you're telling me? I'm guessing it was just some kind of like glitch in the Matrix, you know? It happens. You know, who knows? A lot of moving parts here. I want you to know that I was ready to go right at 10, but I got in here a little bit later than that because I was busy getting my asshole reamed out. I am so in trouble. This is a Q100 related Eric Zane disaster. It involves the Rotarians. You're like, EZ, what are the Rotarians? Who are the Rotarians? They sound like an alien life form. No. The local Rotary Club is doing a benefit ride to end polio. You may not have known this, but polio is back. Well, this organization, the Rotary Club, they're doing a benefit ride across the tip of Michigan, the tip of the mitten or whatever the hell it is. And they reached out to the radio station and they said, hey, will you support our ride? And the radio station is like, yeah, sure. Nick says, I don't know what the Rotary Club is. The Rotary Club is just a way of, I think they just get together and like do nice stuff for people. They donate their time. So I'd been hearing that they're going to be doing this big ride. And there was an email that I saw that said, yeah, we're going to be putting these people on the air to talk about the big ride. And I have a tendency from time to time to not really read the emails. And that's a big flaw. Now, the nice lady who sends the emails, she knows that. And she has asked me to reply with, I have read this. And she does that because she knows I don't read them. So I did that for like one day. And I have officially dropped the ball on the I am doing my part to not end polio. I get a phone call during the show today, near the end of the show, the radio show. And a person identifies herself as Secret Agent 00754 Rotarian number. And I go, yeah. And she goes, yeah, we're ready to go on the air. And I guess the radio station has said every hour while the head Rotarian, Captain Rotarian is leading the motorcycle ride, he's got like a radio that he can talk to us. And he's going to give updates from the road. And supposedly I had been supposed to do this all day today on the show. So she calls and says, yeah, we're here ready to do our cut-in. And I guess they'd been waiting since 6 a.m. It's now 10. I pick up the phone. I go, well, I tell you what. After 10 o'clock, the phones go, I'm in another studio. They get forwarded to Q100's main studios. They'll be able to help you. So then, I'm none the wiser at this point. But I call Joe Marie, the one who sent the email, to let her know that they're ready to start taking their calls. They're 1 minute, once an hour thing. Aram says, would this be going on while the Tune Man is playing the hits? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would have been able to do it. It's no problem. But I had no clue. So I reached out to Joe Marie. I go, hey, the Rotarians just called me. They're ready for you. She goes, oh, okay. How was it with you? I go, what do you mean? How was it with me? Pause. Did you not put them on the air? No, I didn't put them on the air. Was I supposed to? She goes, yes. Did you read the email? I go, I don't, no, I didn't read the email. My God. She actually said, I have the email here. I sent it to you. You received it on Monday. I'm going to read it to you. Oh my God. She reads it. It's very simple. Rotarians are to be put on the air once an hour, starting at 6 a.m. with Eric Zane. They're doing the ride so they can call in. Get your motor running. Yeah, we're fighting polio. Come help us out. Throw us a few bucks on our website, and we'll end polio. And here I am. It could have been perfect. I would have loved to talk to these people. It's something different. So bad. And so this boils down to, I finally just said, Joe Marie, I'm so sorry. I totally dropped the ball. This is a full-on ball dropping. The ball is right there. I am counting on you to pick up the ball and help the Rotarians fight polio. I feel like such a dick. And the thing about Joe Marie is it's a good idea to make her happy. I don't know. This is bad. This is really an ugly, ugly thing here. Dan's trying to make excuses for me. He says, I sort of think that sort of communication should have been done in a staff meeting or a phone over an email. No, it probably was. So bad. I'm an idiot. Linda says they need to text you with this stuff. No. I just need to do the pure minimum. I need to do the basics. Read, respond, write a note down. This is not on anyone from the radio station. This is on EZ. This is my fault. In fact, I went through the emails today, the work emails, and was deleting emails of ones that that doesn't pertain to me. That doesn't pertain to me. It's fucking great. Awesome. All right. Yeah, I got to do better. Jeremy says, I get the Asshole of the Day nomination for loving polio. This will go down in history as the Eric Zane Show podcast, Rotarian Polio Incident. Molly says Easy loves letting people walk on him. Oh, God. Kenny says Eric loves not reading emails, obviously. Well, the big difference between your emails and her emails is she's not retarded. All right. What's crazy is I didn't have a ton of stuff to start the show with. Kenny says, what the hell? I had, I'd have plenty to talk about, but this was a move everything to the side and start with this. Oh, how embarrassing. God damn it. Well, there you go. The show is off and running. Blue State Rob writes 2002 to 2016. Eric made fun of for liking penis a little too much. 2016 to present, still loves penis. That is very much out of the blue. Blue State Rob, I'm not sure. I'm trying to muscle my way into your brain to find out the context of that one. Kenny writes, what did that have to do with anything? And then he says, and I'm the retarded one, LOL. Right, yeah. I take it back. You're not. And I need Rob to explain what's going on with that. What happened in your noggin there that caused you to write that out of the blue? Or did you just get here and just thought that would be awesome? God damn, thanks for taking the heat off me. All right. He writes, Freebeer and Hot Wings nostalgia, plus I just got here. Yeah, I think, are you on something this morning? Have you been up all night or something? You seem like a person who's never heard the show before right now. All right, why don't you sit a couple plays out and enjoy the rest of the broadcast. Glad you're here. Thank you so much. I got a long list of clips for who are these free beers ready to go. I want to play one right now, but I'm not sure if I want to do it. I'm going to save it for when we are on the doing the broadcast. Let me just say, Free Beer murders a word in a way that it was beyond crazy. Fuck it. I'm going to play it. It's so embarrassing what happens here. In fact, it's the first clip that I pulled. It's going to be described as the sword incident. This is so bad. They were having a silly topic of discussion about how a person uses their penis. And in the clip, they start talking amongst themselves about it being like a sword. Used for stabbing or slashing. The penis is a sword. I know, dumb, but whatever. Chris says, oh God, I heard this. While the joke tagging is going on about the penis being a sword, Free Beer gets in on the fun. And this happens.
Some people know how to swing a sword, and others just kind of stab people with it.
Yeah,
that's true. Not everybody's a knight.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Some people just think the sword will do all the work.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how pretty it is. Now you got to know how to swing it. It's true.
You have a lot of admiration for pretty male swords?
Absolutely.
I've never heard somebody pronounce the W in sword.
I did that as a joke when I was a kid, and it stuck, and I'm not thrilled about it. So
Wait, how do you say sword?
He just, Free Beer
I say,
said,
if
sword.
I'm not careful, I say swords.
Swords?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
She goes, wow.
Again, it was funny when I was 6.
Sword.
Mm-hmm.
Some people know how to swing a
Oh, my God. Okay. I did it as a joke when I was 6, and it stuck. His brain is so clouded that he sees SWORD in his brain, and it comes out as that because of he did something silly when he was a little boy 50 fucking years ago. Holy shit. shit, is that awful. Kelly's floored by this. She goes, wow.
Look at how pretty it is. Now you got to know how to swing it. It's true.
You have a lot of admiration for pretty male swords?
Absolutely.
Hot Wings answering him with absolutely. He should have stopped and said, wait a minute, what?
It's true.
You have a lot of admiration for pretty male swords?
Swords? What the fuck is wrong with you? You need hospital care. This is ridiculous. This is unacceptable, in my opinion.
You have a lot of admiration for pretty male swords?
Absolutely.
I've never heard somebody pronounce
And then they all laugh in his face.
the W in sword.
I did that as a joke when I was a kid, and it stuck, and I'm not thrilled about it. So
Wait, how do you say sword?
He
Sword?
just Free
I
Beer
say,
said
if
Sword.
I'm not careful, I say swords.
Swords?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
That reaction of wow. That's saying, wow, you're a retard.
Careful, I say swords.
Swords?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Again, it was funny
He's irritated.
when I was 6.
Again, it was funny when I was 6.
Again, it was funny when I was 6.
Yeah, he's trying to justify it.
Sword.
Wow. That is an absolute embarrassment. That is so bad. Oh my God. David said, that is so stupid. What an idiot. Chris says, I appreciate Maitland calling him out. Absolutely. Sword damage would explain the nose's awful vagina. Chris says the forced laughs. He sounds like he's watched too much Peppa Pig, says Rob. Chris says maybe Ben can tell his friend's sword story again. LOL. I can't believe he told that on the radio. You're supposed to say sword, though. My God. Rob says, see, they can't pull off that shtick without Eric. That's more fucked up than my joke. I remember Jimmy writes, I remember you and Hot Wings beating him up over how he ate pizza as a kid. Chris says you would have fucking killed him back in the day. Jeremy says, 0 chance it was actually funny when he was 6. I love that 50-year-ago moment has manifested on the radio because it, quote-unquote, stuck. Holy shit. Oh, my God, that is so bad. Well, anyway, that is just one of many clips that I have ready to go for Who Are These Free Beers, kicking off today at 6 p.m. Right here, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Ben Glaze and myself doing Who Are These Free Beers. A lot more where that came from. My God. Cannot wait. Matt says, Ben can tell you that story on episode number 1 of the Buddy Beat Off podcast. Yeah, Ben had a really bizarre moment when he was young. When he actually taught his friend, how to masturbate. I mean, he was doing like a YouTube tutorial. Except he actually grabbed his friend's joint and said, this is what you do. And he tells that story unabashed. The only thing is he's a young kid when he does it. This is crazy that even happened. And from time to time, we go back and forth on that. Jimmy says, will you have time to review Blood Moon 2 tonight? It's possible. I want to do it differently, though. Okay? I want to go ahead and actually watch it and then clip it like I do whenever I'm clipping a show, rather than just rolling it and figuring it out as we go. It's a little bit more, doing it that way is a little bit more precise and impactful, if you will. So I don't know if it's going to happen. Kenny says, wouldn't it be more fun to do it next week for Halloween? And I'm let's see, it falls on a Thursday, does it not? Yeah. So Kenny, that is a great idea. The Thursday next week, 31st of October, Halloween edition of a Big Fraud Thursday Halloween show. Stevie says, God, I hope there's something in it about giving directions. Please, please, please. Yeah, on the first movie, one of those movies that Jimmy wrote and directed and starred in, his cousin Paul has to come over so that they can do something. I forget what. And there's actually a scene of Jimmy on the phone saying, yeah, okay, so out of your driveway, you make a right. Then you go down 3 clicks, make a left at the Churt Rock Road. And then you head up past a tavern on the right. And then the road's going to fork one way to the right, one way to the left. You're going to take a fork in the right. And then right by the willow tree, 0.3 of a mile down, there's kind of like a jug handle. You go through that, and then you're at my house. Like, that was the scene from the movie. It's like, why did you leave all this in here? Megan says, can we do it another day next week? Please. Well, Halloween is Thursday, and the movie's Blood Moon. It's a horror movie. It's perfect. I don't know what to tell you. What's wrong with... Huh? No, I'm sorry. She saes, I know, but I have to parent. No, we can't. Halloween is fucking very important for Blood Moon. No, we can't do it. You're going to have to come back and then just watch the show, on demand. That's the way we got to do it. Kenny says, isn't everyone doing trick or treat stuff on other nights like this weekend since it's a school night? Yeah, isn't that weird? Depending on your community, they'll have trick or treat on like a day that's not Halloween. That would never happen back in the day. If a Halloween fell on a Monday, you go on a Monday. If Halloween fell on a Sunday, you go on a Sunday. Jimmy says, can you send Paul the link so he can be on the show? Of course. You got to do it on actual Halloween. And if you grow up in Detroit, the 30th is Devil's Night. And that's sometimes known as Mischief Night. We call it Devil's Night. And in Detroit, you just light shit on fire. If you're in Detroit, that's what you do. You just burn all the homes that nobody's in. And if you're in the suburbs, like I was, you throw toilet paper. One Halloween, I was walking home. I kissed my girlfriend, Laura Perkins, goodbye. I was in 7th grade. I dressed up as football player. I had my broken wrist because at the start of the season, fucking Steve Mercier, who we called Lobster, his mom drank a lot. And when he was in the womb, and she got shit-faced like every night, and he came out all fucked up. But he was stronger than like 3 silverback gorillas. And he shoved me while I was holding a blocking dummy, and then I went flying and put my hand down to break my fall, broke my wrist right at the start of the football season. And then at the end of football season, he broke it again. Same thing. Fucking idiot. Not him, me. It was then I decided I'm going to run cross country. I dressed up like a football player. So I break the wrist. We go back to school in September. October rolls around. I'm not even going to wear the football uniform the whole year. I dress up for Halloween. I kiss Laura Perkins goodbye. I'm walking home. Bunch of kids get out of a car. Fucker pulls a knife on me. Give me your fucking candy. I'm like, oh, shit. This is right around the corner from my house. You got to be fucking shitting me. I give them the candy. They take off. That was it. I walked home. Mom, what? I got robbed. What do you mean you got robbed? I go, well, I had candy in a pillowcase. Now I don't. Who took it? I don't know. 4 guys. One of them had a knife. She freaks out, calls the cops. Cops show up. All right, how would you describe them? I go, dudes, white, and knife. That's all I know. Okay, see you later. That's it. Word travels fast throughout the school. You got robbed. Yeah. Mrs. Brockwell, who owned Lucky Drug Store at 13 Mile and Hoover, finds out. Family friend. This is before they invested all their money in Little Caesars and became super wealthy. The first thing they did with their cash was buy a drugstore. I come walking in there. She goes, whatever you want in the store, it's yours. Are you serious? She goes, yep. It was the greatest gesture ever. I've told this story about this great family before. Their daughter Michelle or Shelly, dove into a pool head first and hit the bottom with her head. Quadriplegic for life. They sued the maker of the pool for not supplying those stickers that say, don't dive into the pool. And they got like millions of dollars. And then they took all their money and they bought Lucky Drugs. And then they sold it and moved to Kentucky and bought all of the Little Caesars pizzas. Poor lady's still in a wheelchair today. She's like a pizza baron. Blue State Rob, still commenting, says, now we know why that military recruiter called you a major pussy. Now, there's a lot of other reasons for that. Pretty much all you needed to do if you were a Marine recruiter and you wanted to formulate an opinion on me was see me. Just look. 125 pounds, soaking wet, about 5'4". I was like a walking nose because my nose then is the same size as it is right now. Rob adds, white tube socks pulled up to your crotch, without a doubt. But you know what I didn't do? I didn't think it was hilarious to say sword. I did not do that. Dave says, I still left my porch lights on all of Devil's Night up until a few years ago, just because the activity of that night in Detroit was so embedded into me as a child. And we lived like 2 hours north of there. I thought that was like a around the world thing. But it's only Detroit, pretty much. I was talking with Andy from King's Room Barbershop yesterday. I was getting my hair cut. Can't you tell? I go, did you grow up around here? He goes, yeah. I go, did you have Devil's Night here? He goes, no. We didn't do that shit here. Oh. All right. Pretty much Detroit only. And then Bill Bonds would talk about how the city is burning. Dave in Hudsonville says, and I grew up in Ann Arbor. We called it that too. Kenny says that Freebeard probably says Arkansas whenever he mentions Arkansas. Yeah, Greg. God, you're an idiot. Okay. Thank you to the folks who are watching the show on YouTube and Facebook. If you want the rest of it, you got to get it on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Go there, give yourself a username, and you can contribute on the chat. You can also contribute on YouTube, but I just don't see it as much. Thank you, regardless, for being there. If you want the audio podcast, it's available for download wherever you download shows. I just heard from Rick, not Rick from TC Paintball, Rick S., and he said, Easy, are you aware that on your audio podcast, there's all sorts of Trump commercials? And I said, no, actually, I wasn't aware. I did not know that. I don't pick those. They just show up. The way that is there's like a platform that carries the show. And they kind of like put their own ads on it. So there's not really a lot I can do on that. Anyway, thank you so much for being part of the show on those platforms. If you want to sign up for my Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Good group over there. I love having fun. That way you can take care of Who Are These Free Beers tonight at 6 p.m. and watch that. You can sign up for 7 days free as well. You do need a payment form to access that, but just cancel it right after and enjoy your free 7 days. Ben and Eric Patreon podcast afterwards. We got a lot of work to do, a lot of fun stuff happening coming up tonight right here on Patreon. Bob, I almost called him Blob. Bob says, Blue State Rob, sorry, I heard a Kamala Harris one yesterday for what it's worth. Megan says, I grew up in Jenison. We don't talk about the devil. Of course not. All right. Thank you very much for the folks on Facebook and YouTube.